It is coming up now on 8:52 on Acadiana's Morning News.
Yeah, and last week, if you're at KPEL965.com or the KPEL app, you probably saw the story about the Wallet Hub survey that gave New Iberia a pretty dubious ranking. According to that survey, New Iberia, the 10th worst small city in the United States. And it sent seemingly the entire city into a tizzy on Facebook. Yesterday, Mayor Freddie DeCourt issued his rebuttal to that survey in an editorial in the Daily Iberian. And this morning, Mayor Freddie DeCourt joins us on Acadiana's Morning News to discuss that survey. Mr. DeCourt, we appreciate you taking the time. And Cliff Notes version, what's your take on that Wallet Hub survey? Why were they wrong?
Well, first, thanks for giving me this opportunity. I'm a little hoarse, but we'll get through it. I think you have to look at a community in a global view. I think that you pick a few stats and run with that and do some quick comparisons to a community you've never visited, never been to. I just think they left a lot on the table. Do I realize that my community has issues? Every small town has issues. The only reason I'm here, that I left my businesses, which are still running, that one day I'll go back to, the only reason I took this job was because we had issues. So I think that if you live here, you know our history, you know our rich culture, you see our diversity, but of course you see our issues. So I'm not sweeping anything under the rug. I'm not a whiny guy. You fix your issues. We are in the process of fixing many of our issues. So kind of shortcut, they don't know what we have going on or the things that are coming or the way we are addressing those issues that we have. But my biggest problem is that it's not a global view. We all know Facebook. You can, Facebook whistleblower. We all know it works on the negative. So even when you put something out that has the positive, you're just going to scroll down the list and look for the losers. You're going to scroll down the list and look for who didn't make the cut because that's the way it works. So I just think it's unfair that that's how they want to market their company. Great. I'm happy for them. I hope it works for them. To do that to a community, and not just our community, every community. Louisiana, in one of their surveys, is ranked 48. So, they're second, we're second from the bottom. So it just depends on how you look at it. Either the glass is half full or half empty, and I just feel that it wasn't a fair comparison. They just left a lot on the table.
You mentioned they left a lot on the table. What specifically?
Well, if you look at City of Iberia, okay, we had no police department up until we passed the tax when I got here 3 years ago. Our PD is 3 years old now. We have shootings. Every community has too many shootings. Any loss of life in Acadiana is terrible. And that's something that is affecting all of our communities.
Yep.
But, we built a new police department. Our stats are getting better. You look at our roads. Well, I had to get our finances straight, or my counsel and I. It's not about me. Before we could float a bond. We just floated a $12.5 million bond. We're on our streets. That's something that's going to happen very soon next year. When you look, we're all looking for manufacturing jobs. I know that my community, 20% plus, live below the poverty line, a stat that I'm not proud of, but a stat that's been with us for a very long time. So how do you deal with that? You deal with that by expanding your community, expanding your economic opportunities. We've opened 150 new businesses in the last 3 years, and more on the way. The port just landed a big fabricator construction company that's over 1,400 jobs alone. So we know we have poverty issues. Thank God for all of I'll try to name, I probably won't name them all, Social Service Center, Men's Shelter, United Way, Solomon House, all those groups that do so much for the poor in our community. But go around Louisiana. We are not that different when you look at the stats. Look at the big city stats. Look at how Louisiana ranked on its own. We are a slice of a pie. So, we're singled out, and that's fine. Actually, I'm using this as a positive. We are launching a little media campaign.
Yay.
We've gotten $11 million in grants from the state in the last 4 years. We got more projects. You come to know. Don't elect the contractor. My background is construction and design. If you don't want projects, don't elect the contractor. Look at the work we've got going on. Look at the projects between capital outlay, in-house, capital outlay as well as from the state. When you look at the grants, we look at the things we have coming. Tourism is something that we are developing. We have the shadows. a National Trust property. Avery Island, Jefferson Island is right outside of town. We have the oldest rice mill. We have culture here. We got a festival or a fair almost every weekend. This town is full of great people. Like I said, we got issues, but we're dealing with them. When you think of, let me see, I hit the jobs, poverty, our streets, the violent crime. And then when you look at Wallet Hub and their survey, how many people do we all know? Look, higher education is a wonderful thing. That is the way to go. If you want to succeed in life, education gives you a leg up. But what college really teaches you is how to learn. And, the School of Hard Knocks teaches you the same thing. How many business people do you know that are self-made, that walked away from a college degree and are worth more than you and I? Many. But Wallet Hub, that was one of their things. What was the higher education level? They looked at COVID. Hey, I don't know, maybe that mix of Spanish and French blood we got made us more susceptible. Our COVID numbers were rotten. They've gotten a lot better. But, does that make you a bad community because your people got sick? Some of the parameters that they followed, like I said, I don't think they meant anything either way. And I just think this is all a marketing tool. I certainly not mad at the radio station. You just picked up what you found. But it has caused a little bit of a stir. That's a good thing. There's always opportunity in chaos. Never forget that. So my view is we banding together. I'm watching my warriors in my town just defend on Facebook. I am proud of every one of them. Well, I'm using that. That's a catalyst. Let's take that energy and let's put that into our problems. Let's put that into the good as well and market our community. So for me, I wouldn't be on your radio station if it didn't come out. So it's not all a bad thing.
That's true. So, Mayor, I would like to know, and Ian and I would like to know, we'd like to start a new segment with you because, so we do these Wallet Hub things a lot. So this one came out. We had a lot of discussion with people. People talked about it a lot on Facebook. So we're wondering, we'd like to do Mondays with the Mayor, where the first Monday of every month, we call you around 7:10, 7:15 in the morning and chat with you, and let's look at the positives. What do you think?
I don't have a problem with that at all. I'll take any outlet I can get to tout my town. I love this place. Lifelong resident, run some businesses here. I'm just started my second term. I'm 5 years as the mayor. I'll do whatever it takes to promote this place. And I think that that can only do us some good. I'm in.
Okay.
Awesome.
So we're going to call it Mondays with the Mayor. The first Monday of every month is going to be all about New Iberia. And so we will chat about it. We will talk about the good. I know you're also going to, talk about the challenges too, because maybe, if we do talk about stuff, maybe people will hear it and they'll say, oh, I could help with that, or I could do something with that. So you're right. This did turn into something hugely positive. And I'm just glad that we get the opportunity to talk with you.
No, it's all what you make it. What did John F. K. say? The great enemy of truth is often not the lie, but the myth.
Yes.
And Facebook causes a lot of myths. And, you don't know the whole story till you hear the whole story. So I'm in. This sounds like a good thing.
Okay. Well, we got about a minute left. Anything you want to say in summation this morning?
Yeah, you want to know about New Iberia? You're listening to your show? Well, come visit New Iberia. Come see us. Come look at our attractions, eat at our restaurants. Come downtown. Our downtown is a national historic district. We got 20% tax credits for investors, plus the state brings you to 40%. Bayou Teche has just been named a National Historic Waterway. We're spending about $2.5 million on marinas and kayak docks and access to the bayou from downtown. We just started a downtown visitor center. That's an open-air visitor center in the heart of our town. We got more projects going. We got New George Rodriguez Park. We're spending a total of $3 million in our museum so that we can continue to tell our story. We got more on the way, so come visit us.
Awesome. Mayor Freddie DeCourt joining us on Acadiana's Morning News. We appreciate you coming on short notice. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you in just a few weeks.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right, sir. Thank you. Have a great one. All right, there you go.
That's
so, loving it.
Mm-hmm.
This is cool.
It is, and we'll have that story. If you missed the interview, it'll be at KPEL965.com and the KPEL mobile app in a little bit. God willing, if the checks don't bounce, we're back tomorrow for the Friday edition